Tammy Levent.
Thank you. Wow, just think that was my first 52 years. What am I going to do now? I have to beat that, huh? How's everyone today? You guys are so quiet. I got to put a timer on or else I'm going to get yelled at. So let me do that. So it's really funny because I normally do not do a PowerPoint presentation. And then I started thinking about it. I said, I have so many things to go over. I don't want to miss anything, so I'm going to go over this. And I know that once you go through this with me, through history and time of the travel industry, it's going to be very entertaining. That's all I'm going to say. And we're going to start now. So I'm ready. I just have to get my little clicker. And I had a little guidance back there. It goes, you just click the button and it works. I'm like, okay. Any which way the arrow goes? Just click it. Okay, ready to go. See all these new innovations, right? So, the few history of us. How many of you have remembered paper tickets? Don't you wish we still had them? We could change any ticket at any time. We had no change fees. Remember that? Yeah. I think I had a change fee the other day. I don't want you guys to really freak out, but it was $400 for a ticket. It was a business class ticket at $400. That was ridiculous. So we had the paper tickets, yes. Now, went back too much. History lesson, yes, the rise and fall of the travel agent. We're back up. I just want you to know that. So I don't believe that you have any competition with online. We all here compete with ourselves. So you can actually make it and be a thriving business and grow your business at this point in time in the industry. And thanks to GoGo for doing these showcases and bringing people like myself and also educating you of how you can build your brand. And we're going to talk about strategic partnerships. Yes, the paper airline tickets. And how the airlines cut our commissions. How many of you remember that? And thank you, GoGo, again, for increasing our commissions. How many of you know that GoGo pays you without the minus on your commissions? Did you guys all know that? So at the bottom line, when you look and compare to what GoGo gives you versus what you're getting with another tour company, you're actually making more money. If you think that you're making less commission, but you're actually making more commission. So that's one thing to look at. And then 9/11. How many of you survived through 9/11? Wasn't that fun? Yes, what does this mean? Have you seen this at an airport? I've seen this at airports, and I just sit there and look at it and go, what does this mean? Like, what day are we having today for security? Yes, she is a terrorist. I said, in the morning I'm going to start getting up, and I'm just going to wear my robe and get dressed on the way into the airport, into my airplane. Yes, and no one was making money. I feel that way sometimes every day when I wake up and say, oh God, I have to go back into the agency. But that is not true. I think I'm making more money now than I did before with all the creative, innovative ways there is to market, which we'll go over. Yes. This looks familiar? Oh, and our competition. This is maybe a little bit of your competition. I'm not really sure. How many of you price match in here? What do the rest of you do when somebody says, I found it online? You just let it go?
Good luck with that.
Good luck with that? Oh, we're going to talk about that. And you can price match anything and everything because you have a partner right in here in this room that will price match for you so it doesn't come out of your pocket. Yes. So, does the client put food on the table or take their family to the Atlantis? I was getting a lot of that. And it is time for a change, and the change is now. And the change can be made right now. And there's certain things that I did through the years, and I've made a lot of mistakes along the way. And I've learned a lot along the way. And the things that I learned was that I had to make it for myself. I had to make the difference. I wasn't going to wait for any of my vendors, and I wasn't going to wait for anybody else to make the difference, but it has to be me. If you're really motivated, if you love your business, if this is what it is that you have the passion for. The gentleman who was up here who's done it for 45 years, he's still doing it. Even though you may be semi-retired, you're doing it from home, it doesn't matter. Your passion is still there for it, and it shows in your business. So I wanted to do, right after the commission cuts happened, I said, oh my God, no one's traveling. What are we going to do right after September 11th? And I decided to get into the destination wedding business before it was the destination wedding business. Now this is all you hear about, but it's honestly 18 years later. I was known as the destination wedding guru because I started way before anybody else. I have done over 4,000 weddings to date and traveled weddings. I know the wedding business like no other. Is it lucrative? Yes, it is. But there's not only one wedding. How do you get a bride to come to you? I have another video, but we can't show it because of timing, but there's another video of a bride that I call her my $380,000 bride. Well, she's no longer my $380,000 bride because she just gave me 2 more weddings, so she's over $600,000 right now. So your bride is not worth 1 wedding. Your bride is worth millions of dollars to you if you play it right and you know exactly how to sell it and how to market it and how to get her to keep coming back and keep giving you more and more business. I had to get out of the box. I had to really grow and really understand what I needed to do was become an entrepreneur, become a business owner, not a travel agent. We have to get that out of our minds. We're not travel agents. When you go up to someone, they meet you, and I love what she said. She goes, "Are they still around, travel agents?" Yes, we're around, but instead of a travel agent, think of a travel entrepreneur. And I didn't know what to do and how to make money. Now you have to understand, I lost everything. You saw that video. That was me. In a 6-month period, I had 2 children in the hospital, a husband with brain damage, and a grandmother who passed away. There was a lot more in between, but I didn't want you to think like I'm some kind of person, nobody talked to me today. So I kind of left that aside. But I had to think of something, and I had no money. So I started strategically partnering with vendors to help me. I started strategically partnering and building my brand with other businesses in my area. And that's how I grew my business without any money. All of you think that advertising and marketing has to do with money. Everything that was shown today from GoGo, does that cost anything, Brennan? Anything that they showed today for marketing and advertising is absolutely free. Am I correct in saying that?
There's a small cost on the go.
On the go, the printed magazine, but everything else is pretty much free. Utilize it. There's another resource that I'm going to tell you about as well. So this is one strategic partnership that cost me absolutely nothing. And what it was, sorry about that, what it was a performing arts center, Ruth Eckerd Hall. I don't know if you guys heard about it, but it's the 2nd largest performing arts center in the world. And they just happen to be 5 miles away from my home, of its size. And I went to them out of the fluke, out of nowhere, and because I'm passionate about my business, and I said, I would love to partner with you. For every person, they're a nonprofit. How many of you know that every performing arts center is a nonprofit? It's not for profit. I know it seems that way because the tickets are about $120 and they fill up the room and you think that's for profit, but they really are non-for-profit. So when they have events and they fill up their room for 2,700 people, I would love to be a part of that. How do I capture that audience? And that came to me not years ago. That came to me when we started losing money in this economy, and I had to figure out a way who spends money in travel during the time of our economy, our breakdown. The only people that spent money were people that went to day spas, people that went and put in their injections in their face and plastic surgery, people that go to events like this that cost $100, $150, $200 to go to an event, because your normal person, again, had to put food on the table or had to make a decision of which way they were going to go. So I went up to them and I said, I want to partner with you. If you put my information on a card, and by the way, that testimonial there was done way before, but that is the wife of the man who I saved in Istanbul when he got hurt in Royal Caribbean. And this was a couple years before that she wrote the testimonial. She's been to 180 countries. So she's a world traveler, and they still had issues, traveling. In any case, I went to them and I said, if you print this, and we put it with every ticket, for every customer that comes through there with a promo code, I will give you 2% of the gross sale, minus anything that's non-commissionable, minus your air, minus any fees or anything like that. They jumped on it. So far, to date, I've given them $68,000. What did I make? What did it cost me? I want to hear the word. It cost me nothing. Nothing. That is my favorite word, by the way. Okay. So these are simple things. I partner with a magazine. It cost me nothing to be in this magazine. I have a 4-page spread in this magazine that comes to my community. I'm the expert, the travel expert. There's 3 things that I cannot live without in my agency. One is a graphic artist, a writer, and my web design. I can live with everybody else out of my agency. I cannot live without those 3 people. They build my brand. So this costs me nothing. I become the expert, and guess what? They have a writer that costs them nothing. That's a strategic partnership. These are examples of strategic partnerships. Baskin-Robbins is ready to shut their doors. They partnered with Dunkin' Donuts. They made a partnership. The other day, oh my God, this was the best. I'm sitting in JetBlue coming to New York, and they bring me coffee, and it's a Dunkin' Donuts coffee. I said, oh, look, I took a picture of strategic partnerships, Dunkin' Donuts and JetBlue. But it's all a strategic partnership. You see it every day. If they can do it, why can't you do it? It's the same thing, and it costs you nothing. I partnered recently with Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank. Some of you have gotten, some of you came in later, and I have a flyer that I'll show you inside and we'll discuss it. I partnered with Kevin Harrington to build a bigger brand for me, to speak and educate to travel agents about how to build your brand. Every secret, everything that I've learned in the last 20 years, I'm going to share with you during October 5th to the 7th at Secrets Wild Orchid, and we'll go over that a little bit more later on. And you ask me, why do I do it? It's for a very minimal amount of money. It's not about that, because if there's not a change made in this world, there will be, I'm not going to say they're non-existing travel agents, is that all of you are going to be depleting. The energy, all your confidence, all of your passion is depleting because you want to see a change. You see what I'm saying? So for me, it's more to bring you up to speed and teach you how to make more money in the industry. There is a lot to make. There's a lot out there. There's so much to go around. Some of the partnerships that I partner with, bridal shows. Absolutely. I used to be the first one that did Perfect Wedding Guide. If all of you are familiar with Perfect Wedding Guide, the magazine, I've done every single one of their shows about 12 years ago, and every one of their magazines in the entire United States. I was their strategic partner. And it cost me what? Nothing. My other partner is AM Resorts and Secrets brand. It doesn't matter. Palace Resorts, all of them want to build their brand. And if you come up to them with something that says, hey, would you help me at a bridal show? I need a giveaway to be a sponsor at a show and to present them. Obviously, they're going to be there to support you. Just like GoGo's there to support you with half of the co-op of the show, or if you go in there as a partnership. I partner with magazines and day spas, and we've gone over all of that. There's, again, strategic partnerships. Before I get into the next slide, when you go in there today and you're going to meet with your vendors one-on-one, your AM Resorts, your Palace, your View, Sandals, I don't know whoever else is here today, you'll sit down with them. They're going to tell you everything about them. If you feel you already know the product, like I'm going to sit down with Tatiana. Okay, I know everything there is to know about Secrets. I've been to every single one, except for the new ones that haven't opened. I don't want her to tell me her whole spiel. I want to sit down and talk to her about how I can partner with her. How can you build my brand? You know, maybe you don't know about the product, you want to learn about the product, but this is your opportunity to sit with the right people at the right time to be able to expand your business and ask for what you need or what you want. Is it a bridal show you need help with? Is it a regular trade show that you want to do? Is it just co-op money? Whatever it is, you just ask. On this Shark event, I'm having it at Secrets. All I did was ask and say, if we do this 90 days after the event, they're going to give me a $25 additional booking bonus for everyone that comes to the event. So the event really will cost you nothing if you just book a Secrets resort. All it is asking. It's either going to be a yes or it's going to be a no. And it costs me what to ask? Nothing. Advertising for pennies. Well, I should have said nothing, but anyway, we'll have to do some of that. You cannot afford not to advertise. Some of you say, I don't have the budget for it. I'm gonna tell you about budgets that are so simple and so small that you'd never believe what I budget my company with right now. I only spend about $1,000 a month in advertising and marketing for a multi-million-dollar company. And it's very easy to do. Cheapen advertising ideas, website has to be current. I blog every day. Every day, people, not a week, not a month, not a year, every day. And every day I have 6 different websites that we market with the travel industry. But what that does is it continuously keeps your website fresh, to the point, and then you learn how to share it, which I teach you how to do all that, that all of the traffic that comes through is going to go right back into your website. Doesn't go anywhere else but back into your site. So you're not just going to post on Facebook and say, hey, here's a picture of what I ate for dinner last night, like I did. But what you're going to do is you're going to write that blog and have it shared from your website into all the social media, and it'll come right back to you. All the traffic goes right back to you. So when I'm on LinkedIn, and I'm on about 30 groups right now, in a total I speak to about 850,000 people worldwide. All those people that click and read my blog for the day, click right into my website that I am promoting, that I guide the traffic. And these are things that cost you what? What does it cost you to blog? If you don't know how to blog, I have bloggers. I just hooked up Monique with my blogger, which is available for $30. $30, you do one a week. It's nothing. Facebook, all of these. Business cards, your number one, advertising. I spend about $200 a year on 10,000 business cards, and I go through all of them. My business cards go everywhere. Why blog? I think I've just gone over that with you. Don't want to write a blog? Well, I don't know, because you don't have time, you can hire somebody for $30. If you don't know, then ask me about that. Google AdWords Express. Wow. This one was an amazing awakening for me. I'm looking at the time too, we're good. Google AdWords Express, craziness. I started with $50 a month to see where it would get me. Now I'm up to $300 a month, and I get about 26,000 views and about 400 click-throughs a month. It's ridiculous. My phone started ringing the minute I hit that $50 a month. These are all the things that I teach you in my Travel Agent Success Kit and also in my series that's live in October. Press releases, get you into the media. Have a good story, have somebody stranded. No, don't do that. That was like the most horrific time of my life. 1 week, I didn't even sleep. Emails, newsletters. Once you have it done with the graphic and everything else that you have, then after that, it would be, it's continuous. You have your email blast and everything else that you would have, a database. And remember that you're not just a travel agent, you are a travel entrepreneur. All of you own how many of you here own your own travel agency? Okay, you are a business owner. Start running it like a business. Start running it as though it is a business with everything that you do, with branding and marketing. You have great partners. You have great partners you're going to meet in the other room and talk to. You have me here for support, but most of all, you're here because GoGo, to me, is one of the best partners I've ever had. 20 years in the industry, and where I'm at right now, and what I've learned through the years, and where I'm heading, I could not do without my partners. And again, thank you again. I'm glad that you all came out. It means that you really care about your business and your brand and moving forward and growing your business. Thank you.